Hello everyone, welcome to my mini ATM crash course in C++, where I'll be teaching you everything we have learned in my C++ tutorial on my YouTube channel. Before I start, I want to tell you guys, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button so you can support me into creating more and more better episodes and tutorials on programming. And let's move on to the ATM project. So first of all, I want to show you how this project works. Let's run this code and check it for ourselves. Here we see a welcome to ATM screen. So a basic welcome screen where we need to enter our account number. So after we enter our account number, we are asked to enter the PIN. So these informations are totally false. I use them so I can show you guys a example in this video. So select options. We have 5 options. So let's check balance option. Let's press 1. Your bank balance is $40,000.07. So if you're wondering why we have a double, if you have a bank account, you know that when you check your balance, you have like decimals as well. So that's a prime example of this. So to continue, let's press any key on our keyboard, doesn't really matter. And let's check actually, let's withdraw cash this time. Let's use the cash withdraw option. So let's withdraw $10,000. Perfect. So when we check our balance right now, let's click show user details to see all the details. So now we have $30,000. We previously had $40,000, now we have $30,000. So let's press any key to continue, and let's enter our bank details again. And let's click update mobile number. So we want to update our mobile number, and our old mobile number shall be entered, and we shall enter our new mobile number. Perfect. So now we need to enter our account number in order to see if our mobile number is changed. Show user details, and yep, we have a new mobile number. Perfect. So now let's get started in the code. Let's explain it. So as you see, here we have the basic libraries that we need to use in order for this program to run successfully. This is the string library that we need to include because we need to use functions from this library. And here we are just explaining what will happen when we finish this and what will be the use of this mini ATM project. This is a class. A class is used to group up functions and variables together. As you see, we have public and private access modifiers. A access modifier is used to tell our program where we want to use the following variables and functions. We use variables, we declare the variables in private access modifiers, so only it can be accessible for the functions and uh, mainly functions in our class. So it doesn't matter that our functions are in another access modifier. The private variables are accessible for them only. So the public access modifier says that these certain informations can be passed down to other functions and classes. So here you see we have a account number function, variable, a name variable, a PIN variable, a balance variable, and a mobile number variable. Here we have setters and getters. If you're wondering, what are setters and getters? So in order for other functions to have access to our variables, which they can't because they are in the private access modifiers, we need to access them to setters and getters. Basically, the setters are setting a value that from a clone variable, and the getters are getting that clone variable value. So as you see here, we have these cloned variables from our original ones, and we set their value to the clone variables. And here we have the getters from our for each variable, the get account number, get name, get PIN, get balance, and get mobile number. So here we are returning the original variable, but here we are setting their value instead of making a set function for every variable. We are setting them to a main variable or parent variable. So perfect. Here you can see we have a separate function for setting the set mobile variable. This is simply the previous mobile number and the new mobile number if our user has willing to change it. So if they have a new phone number, they will of course want to have an option to change it. So this is how they will do it through this function. So what we have here, first of all, if you're confused, why do we use ATM, the whatever these are, and get name? So this is called binary scope resolution operator. The binary scope resolution operator says that this function belongs to this class, because when we work with big programs, even bigger than this one, we have same functions with the same name. So we want to use the binary scope resolution operator to tell them that it belongs to a certain class. Perfect. So here we have an if statement. So what is an if statement? An if statement is a condition where if the condition is true, it runs stuff in the body. This is the body of the if statement, and this is where the condition is made. This operator or this sign means equal. If the previous mobile number is equal to the current, it will set it equal to the new mobile number, and it will print out successfully updated mobile number. And at the end, send get is used to hold the screen like we saw. We had a at the end, click this number to show the new value or something like that. And after we click it, it just shows it has the previous stuff set to our command prompt or simply console, and it updates new values. Perfect. So here we have a cash withdraw function, which we see we have two conditions. First is the if statement. So if this if statement is true, it it just prints it does this. It does the following. If the amount is bigger than zero and the amount is smaller than our balance, the balance will take the amount of money so it can be available to be collected. For example, if we go to the ATM and we have more than $0, and the amount we want to get is smaller than our balance. For example, we have $1,000. It's more than $0. And this is the AND operator to say if both of these conditions are true, run the body of the if statement. So if $1,000 is bigger than $0, and let's see the amount that we want to get is $500, that's smaller than $1,000, we get $500 from the amount we have. So 500 minus 1000 is $500 left and $500 to collect. So the available balance will be $500 and the cash we want to collect will be 500. Perfect. Else, if this condition is not true, we will throw an error, invalid input or insufficient balance. Perfect. So let's go to the main function. The main function is a summarization where the code of our whole project is executed. So we have three variables. The first is the choice. Our choice is equal to 0. We need to set a value which is 0, because if we update it, the number will update. But if we don't have a value, it will be confused. And here we have enter account number. It's a long integer because, like I said, our variable is also a long integer. And long integer means simply a big number, like the following one. And here we have enter pen. A pen needs to be four numbers, of course. If you guys know someone that has a bank account or you have personally, you know how to use it. So what does this mean? System SLS. This means clear console in Windows. I'm not sure how it is on Mac, but on Windows is the following command. After we enter our details, it will clean out our console and display something else. So here we are creating a new ATM object and we are setting its initial data. So what is an object? An object is used so we can declare or define what functions are in a class so we can use that in our main function. For example, we have the set data function that is in our ATM class, and what we can do with it, we need firstly to set the data, like the account number, the name, the PIN, the balance, and the mobile number. So the do while loop, this is a do while loop. So what is a do while loop? A do while loop is a while loop that will run under a condition until the condition is false. So a do while loop is a special type of while loop that will even run once, even if the condition is false. So here we clear the screen using the clean console function, and we write the welcome page. So here, as you see, welcome to ATM, and we say enter your account number. Here we are entering our account number. Then we say enter PIN. We enter our PIN. Now what we do, we check if the account number and PIN match. So if they are true, we run the condition inside of the body of our if statement. We have the amount and we have the old mobile number and the new mobile number. We are just declaring these variables and we are initializing this variable and declaring it at the same time. We are just setting the value 0 to the amount variable because it will update as soon as we change the amount of the cash we want to withdraw. For example, what happens here is the new value will overwrite the old value and it will update it in its memory location. So after, if the PIN and account number is true, what will happen is we will have these messages displayed. So we will have these options. Now, for example, if we choose this will be our choice. So here we have the choice, I believe. Where is the choice? Yeah, at the top. Choice is equal to 0. So we have 5 choices. So we choose between 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Here we console in our choice. So the user needs to choose if they want to check their balance, check their cash withdraw, check the user details, check the update mobile number, or just exit our welcome to ATM screen. So what this basically means, we have a switch statement that runs a condition or runs a certain output depending on the value we pass in. The value is our choice. So here if we pass in 1, we have a case 1. This says your bank balance is user1.getBalance. It gets the balance because the balance variable is in the private initializer. So we need to get it through the functions, like I said. Not in private initializer, I meant access modifier, excuse me. So that's why, like I said, we have setters and getters. We set the value and we get it through the functions. And then we wait for the user input and it breaks. It stops the function and it goes back to the start. If the user enters do, which is cash withdraw, what we do is we tell the user, okay, enter the amount you want to withdraw. And when the user enters how much he wants to withdraw, we call the cash withdraw function, and with the whole amount of how much money we want to take. And as you know, the cash withdraw function, let me just go here. Like I said, if the amount is bigger than zero and if the amount is smaller than balance, we can withdraw cash from our bank account. Perfect. So where was the second case? Here. And it breaks. It returns back to the first welcome screen. If we input 3, it will show us the user details. So user details such as account number, name, balance, and mobile number. And it will wait for the user input to click a number so it can basically stop. So what we can do is we can put a new line so the user interface looks simply better. So we can update it like this. Perfect. And it returns back to the first welcome screen. If the case is 4, what we have is we tell the user, enter your old mobile number. And he will enter his old mobile number. And we will ask him enter new mobile number. He will enter the new mobile number. And we're going to call the setMobile function, where we're going to check if the old mobile number is equal to the new mobile number, and if it's not, it will update it and it will overwrite the old value. If the answer is 5, which is exit, it will simply exit the application. And if the user, like for example, we have a choice from 1 to 5, and the user chooses another number, it will say invalid choice, please enter a valid option. And the system will pause, so it will wait for the user's input. Else, if the user enters something else other than the right PIN or the right the bank details, it will say invalid account number or PIN, please try again, until the user uploads his right PIN or account number. So this will run while the condition is true in the while loop. When it's false, it will break. Let's try again. Enter your account number. Let's enter our fake account number and our fake PIN. So let's say show user details. Okay, so this is the mobile number. Okay, I see what we did. Let me just fix this real quick. 3, and line. Yeah, perfect. Let's now run it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 1, 1. Okay, let's choose 3. And perfect. So we have the account number, the name, the balance, the mobile number, and everything. So this was the whole introduction or the whole crash course from our C++ series. I hope you enjoyed this and I hope you understood and I hope you support this series while I was recording it. If this confuses you and you couldn't code everything correctly, I will leave a link in the description of the GitHub repository where you can simply copy and paste the code. And don't just copy and paste it, try to learn something from it. And you can put it as a project in your resume as well. That's all for this series. So I will make other tutorials on C++, but for now, this is everything, and I hope you support and see you in the next video. Bye.